Welcome to This Explainer. I'm stepping in as your financial advisor today to really dive deep into the blue part of business finance and help you protect your bottom line. Look, as a busy business owner, you already know that running a company takes serious passion, grit, and just countless hours. But let's be real, passion alone doesn't keep the lights on, right? Managing the money your business needs to start, operate, and grow, that is literally the absolute core of your survival. So today, we're going to strip away all that complex jargon and give you the clear, actionable insights you actually need to protect your livelihood. Now, I know you don't have time for fluff, so here is our exact survival blueprint for today. 1. The startling failure rate. 2. Fueling your business engine. 3. The language of finance. 4. The cash flow trap. And 5. Your financial game plan.
Section 1. The startling failure rate.
90%. Yeah, a staggering 90% of businesses fail. Just pause and let that sink in for a second. 9 out of every 10 people who set out with a big dream, a solid business plan, and a whole lot of ambition, well, they end up closing their doors. As a financial advisor, I see business owners look at this number all the time and just assume, oh, the market's too competitive or the economy is just too tough right now. But honestly, the root cause is usually way simpler and thankfully, way more preventable.
So why exactly do 90% of businesses fail? You might think it's because of a terrible product or maybe really bad customer service. But the data tells us a completely different story. It is actually not because they have bad products or services. It's simply because they run out of money. They literally bleed dry. It doesn't matter if you have the most innovative product in the world. If you cannot fund your daily operations, your business just cannot survive.
Section 2. Fueling your business engine.
So, to avoid becoming one of those statistics, you have got to manage the money fueling your business engine. When you're sourcing those funds, you basically have 2 distinct paths. First, you've got your internal sources, stuff like your personal savings, retained profits, or selling off assets you don't need anymore. These are generally safer because, well, you aren't taking on new debt or giving away control. Then, you have external sources. Think bank loans, bringing on investors, issuing shares, or crowdfunding. Now, these can inject massive amounts of capital to help you scale fast, but they definitely come with strings attached, like heavy repayment terms, interest, or giving up equity. Balancing these 2 buckets, that is absolutely crucial and one of the most critical structural decisions you'll ever make. Section 3. The language of finance.
Okay, before you can drive the car, you've got to be able to read the dashboard. So here is your rapid-fire translation of the 6 core dials. Revenue is your top line, the total money you've earned. Expenses are what it costs to actually keep the lights on. Profit is simply your revenue minus those expenses. Cash flow, and this is a big one, is the actual blood in the veins. It's the real-time movement of money in and out. Assets are what the business owns, and liabilities are what it owes. Seriously, just memorize these, and you will immediately demystify like 90% of the financial statements sitting on your desk right now.
Section 4. The cash flow trap. Now let's look at a really dangerous illusion. Picture this. Your business earns $1,000 in revenue. You spend $700 on expenses. You do the quick math and hey, you proudly show a profit of $300. On paper, you are running a successful, profitable enterprise. You're in the green. You might even be tempted to celebrate, maybe expand your operations or, take a little bonus. But hold on just a second.
Here is the trap, and it catches so many people off guard. Profitable businesses still fail without cash. See, profit is really just an accounting concept. It definitely does not mean you actually have the liquid cash sitting in your bank account today. Think about it. What if that $1,000 is tied up in an invoice that your client isn't going to pay for another 60 days? Meanwhile, payroll and rent, yeah, they are due tomorrow. You have money coming eventually, sure, but absolutely nothing right now. And if you can't pay your employees on Friday, your perfectly profitable business is going to come to a grinding halt.
Section 5. Your financial game plan.
Okay. Let's map out your defensive strategy. Protect your livelihood by taking these final, crucial, actionable steps right away. Step 1. Understand your finances. Seriously, do not just outsource your brain to an accountant and check out. You have to know your own numbers. Step 2. Track income and expenses diligently. Every single dollar counts. Step 3. Manage your cash flow proactively. Don't just obsess over profit. Look at the timing of when cash actually enters and leaves your accounts so you are never caught empty-handed when a bill is due. And step 4, make smart investment decisions. Whether you are using internal retained profits or taking on an external bank loan, make sure every dollar you deploy is strategically geared towards sustainable growth.
As you step back into the driver's seat today and get back to building your empire, I want you to honestly ask yourself this final critical question. Are you managing your cash flow, or is it managing you? Taking control of that answer is literally the greatest investment you will ever make in your business. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you next time.